Hey!
I have first
What? Your first response? Anyway,
Hey, we're back!
We're back! I was waiting to see if you were going to continue with that, and you didn't, so it was like, oh, okay. Welcome back.
I have the first response. There you go.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Alright, I understand now. So we have split the team. So right now, Dracovin Slaw, Casey Williams, and Mylud Sabim are in the ruins of this 1,000-year-old runabout trying to get the power systems back online. As Sabim is basically up in the front, in what's left of the front, as the ship is damaged. Like, you are basically probably cleaning off one of the comms right now so that when power gets back, you can get access to it. Because there's, like, what would have been, like, the front end of the ship has been, like, bashed in. So there's, like, a lot of rocks up in this front end of the ship. So you have to, like...
Don't forget 1,000 years of dust.
That too. So, Casey, or Ensign Williams, Ensign Slav. How are you going about the ship? I said it was difficulty
4
to repair the main power.
Well, I do have
emergency power
systems.
is at very low numbers. Is basically keeping the emergency beacon going.
Beep, beep. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna try to take my time a little bit so that I didn't like electrocute myself if I, cross the wrong wires or something. I guess I'll have to use some thingies. I'll have to use 2, right?
You would probably have to get at least 2 dice. Now, Ensign Williams could assist you.
Alternatively, one of my values is Fixer Up.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
you could spend
take the lead and use Determination.
Yes. You could use your Determination.
What? I don't know what Determination is.
Determination means he gets an extra dice. That is an automatic success that's worth 2 successes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
He basically, when you use Determination, which it has to match one of your values, you effectively can spend the Determination, which you only get 1 per session, and though you could get some back, we're not really probably going to worry too much about that, but the one you get that gives you basically a dice that rolls a 1. So he's like, let me take the hand. So you can assist him then, and if he's using Determination, you can possibly give him an extra dice, and he's already getting 2 successes. And technically 3 dice, so if you wanted to spend some momentum too.
What was the difficulty?
4.
Okay. So yeah, for my roll, I'm just going to use my Determination for the automatic 2 successes. I do have a focus for this Electroplasma Power Systems, so I'm just going to roll my 2.
Okay. And then,
Oh, Lord.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
I needed to get anything below a 15.
Okay. So, what do I have to do?
Slow.
You got a 19 and a 20.
You have to roll a dice.
Just 1.
You do. You could get extra dice through momentum. You start with 1 dice because you're assistants.
Okay.
Highly advised.
But we would need 3 total.
You need 2 successes right now.
Wait, I thought you said it was difficulty 4.
Yeah, I already
You spent a Determination to get 2. Do you want to take that complication, or do you want to give me threat?
I'm going to give you threat.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm going to spend... Okay, well, first I have the focus of power systems, right?
Yes. You can
Okay,
use the
so that
focus
helps.
here. Yep. Meaning that...
Does the complication range change, or no?
Ooh, I think the complication range I was saying was 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God. Did you change your complication games, Umber?
I did not, so that's 2 complications.
Ooh, so do you want to give me threat for both of them, or just for the one?
No, I'm going to keep 1 complication and give you threat for the other.
So I'll note a complication. Which, fortunately, Ensign Slaw would not get that complication because she would have been assisting you at the same time. It's just something I'm saving for a little bit later now.
Okay. Okay. So my test roll's still 1 because I'm
she could be
assisting.
electrocuted or something.
Shh, no,
Power
don't give him ideas.
Power systems overload.
You're not even here. You left. Okay, so guys, should I spend enough to get 2 extra dice then?
Yeah,
That's half of it, so.
That would be
extra dice.
great.
That takes us down to 2 total because we were at 5.
3.
We're at 6.
No,
I
we
thought we
went
lost
down.
one 'cause
We
we
lost
did
one
two.
for scenes.
Ah, right.
So that would take us down to 1 because that.
Yeah.
No, he spent 1 momentum also to get rid of a complication.
No,
No,
he
no,
gave
no,
you-
no,
I'm
I
sorry,
gave him
threat.
threat. Gave him
I'm
threat.
sorry, threat. No, that's right. No, Brian.
Yeah.
So that'd take us down to.
Which is fine.
Well, no,
Two,
that
right?
take
I know
us.
what's going on
It's 2. Yeah.
Okay.
I advise taking the 2 extra dice.
Okay, so I'm rolling 3 total then.
4.
3.
3, because you
She's
normally roll
assisting.
1
She
on
starts with
assistant.
Oh, you're assisting.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
assisting.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, come on.
Oh my god!
What the hell?
Oh, that's some bad RNG right
So, guys,
there.
I'm dead now. I'm dead.
We can't roll anything below 15s, apparently.
All right. Okay. Let me. Wow. All right.
Alrighty.
So.
Wait, what's that untapped potential thing? What's that do?
When you spend momentum and succeed,
Yeah, we didn't succeed. It doesn't apply.
you certainly did not succeed.
No, we Uber failed.
Oh, you Uber failed.
And you got another complication.
And
It's
you got
been
another
really
complication. Okay.
Can I make contact with our ship man?
You can in a second here after I do some horrible complication things to these poor people that
Okay.
have earned it.
Nice knowing I
Okay.
thought y'all were supposed to be engineers.
Let me
It's an old freaking system, alright?
grab this and grab
Covered
this,
in dust
do
and rocks.
that. I'm gonna
In the dark.
let's see here. You will roll me. Do you have any kind of resistance? Either
Who?
of you.
Where would we find that?
Unless our uniform gives us some, then no.
All right then. Let's see
Oh.
here.
Wait, where would we find that? How do we know?
It's on our
It would
sheet,
be ability.
Other equipment.
Okay.
Oh
No.
God. I just. Why didn't that work?
Maybe I was vaccinated against the, infectious
Oh,
disease
there it
that I
goes.
worked with.
Hey, there it goes. Hey, in effect. Okay,
Yeah.
each of you will take 2 stress because you are shocked as you're both working together. Like there's this burst of electricity that comes out from the engines that kind of blasts out at you. That's the first thing. And let's
Connect
have
with the wrong wires.
Definitely a string of expletives in Tellarite language.
Whoa.
Human as well.
I speak human.
I speak
and
human.
let's have it for the effect. Okay. That will probably, yeah, we'll probably one of those makes more sense. So it's something that would not have applied in this circumstance, fortunately for you, because it's the first damage you'll take. Also, it seems like it would be more difficult to fix the system now. It seems like you shorted something out, so it'd be difficulty 5 if you wanted to try again.
Told you not to touch that wire.
The very old
Touch that
engines
button.
were that have
Blinked.
old damaged engines just apparently used couldn't
If
repair
you'd let me mess with the ships that were working while we were up there, I would have known more.
Or we could have all died in a fiery explosion of plasma.
That's possible. Sabine, we're gonna need some more time, maybe a lot of time, and maybe some batteries.
Do you have batteries?
Maybe. I can ask if he has batteries. Do you need bandages?
It's just.
I'm not
scratch.
giving you any bandages.
Wow.
I mean, they're like hands are
cool.
like burnt and like scarred now.
Part of my beard is
there's
missing.
Like, yeah, there's like plasma burns you've gotten.
Scorches on the uniform.
I guess I should help him out with that.
Yeah. Okay. You can do a quick.
First aid.
Yeah. What the frick was first aid? They might have actually listed what first aid was, so that I can use that.
There is a thing for first aid, yeah.
I don't have the talent first aid though.
But there's an actual thing of just doing
Oh.
first aid.
I have emergency medicine focus, so.
It would be emergent. It might be
It
emergent.
would have your focus. It is emergency medicine. You're just treating their like horrible, horrible burn wounds on their hands.
Oh.
Plasma burns are no joke.
Plasma burns are no joke. Ouch!
Only you can prevent plasma burns.
Why not? Daring plus medicine. Difficulty 1.
2 dice?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. You hit it out of the park.
Ooh, we get 2 momentum.
You.
So we're at
Why
4
not
again.
worried about momentum?
Here, have some burn cream.
You basically take out like a medical tricorder and like, you know, treat their wounds with like a
They're-
thermal regenerator.
Thermal regenerator,
Yeah.
yeah.
You pull out the med kit, which you probably had gotten from up top, and you're just like, you know, working on their hands for like a few minutes.
Or just like
each.
hold them out like.
You're like, oh god.
Alright,
Wouldn't be the first time I got burnt.
Candace.
Yes.
I have the talent I know my ship.
Uh-huh.
Since this ship is the exact same as our other one,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been on that other one for a couple weeks, but I've picked up enough information to know, like, for I know my ship to be useful.
What's your I know my ship do?
Well, the actual effect is whenever you attempt a task to determine the source of a technical problem, add 1 bonus d20. Technical problem with your ship.
I'd say because it's the exact thing and you've had some chance to look it over, sure, you could use this if you wanted to repair the damage that was dealt, or possibly if rather than just trying to turn it on, if you wanted to try to do some repairs, which would take a little longer.
I want to try and identify the cause of whatever just made it worse to try and get rid of that extra difficulty.
Okay.
So instead of a repair, diagnosing.
Reason engineering, then. We'll say for diagnosing it, difficulty... Still the older one, so I'll say difficulty 2. And you can get your bonus dice, then, from I Know My Ship.
2, 1 bonus dice. Focus, yes, because it's still electroplasma and ship repair. There we go.
Alright, excellent.
What was the difficulty?
Complication.
Why are we rolling so many 20s?
That RNG though. Oof.
It's thinking we're
This is like such gold for me. You keep rolling complications. And it's like,
To an unreasonable degree, there should not be this many 20s.
it warms my
I
heart.
don't know.
Only if it was
I've played
D&D.
I played D&D before. You can roll
We have
a
not
lot
rolled
more
a
20s.
single
You can roll a
one.
lot more 20s or 1s. She just rolled. Lindsay just rolled 1.
Yeah.
No, Lindsay rolled a
rolled a
3.
three.
She got the bonus one because it was her focus.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes. You can identify the damage that's been dealt to it. It seems that you caused a major short out. It seems as though the short out, you would probably need some replacement parts in order to get it.
Alright, well, I'm going to radio back up to our ship and ask if he's capable of replicating the replacement parts we need.
He can... what are you trying to do?
Can you get some batteries while you're out there?
Some
Trying
power
to
cells?
repair fusion core.
Oh, do you want to try to get the ship up and running that's down there? Or do you just want to get
Yes.
a power cell to get it up temporary?
We're just trying to get the power running temporarily.
I can send you down a power cell. That'd probably be a lot easier.
Please save me from these people.
I'll
Glares at
teleport.
Sabine. Yes, that would be appreciated, sir.
He's going to teleport down a power cell then. That's a lot easier to hook up. To splice into the systems, it normally would have been just difficulty 2, but since you've had a bunch of complications and damaged the power systems, it'll be difficulty 3 to hook up this. Still easier than fixing the engine at this point in time.
Ugh.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Makes me glad I'm not on the ship.
Oh, the amount of complications has been wonderful for me, or terrible for them.
So
I
bad.
know my ship! Let's try this again!
Can I assist?
Sure.
Please do!
Sure.
Get more complications?
Yes.
Do it.
Let's do
Please
it. Go,
do.
double
God, if we
down.
roll more 20s.
Please
All right.
do.
So you're gonna roll first, and then I'll roll.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
I've
know what I
rolled
gotta
3
roll.
dice
Yep.
with focus.
I'm rolling 1, right?
Yeah, you're rolling 1.
Bloody!
Oh my god.
It's a 15! 15 to 1!
Oh my god!
Or you got the 3 successes, but 2 complications.
No, I got 1 success. I got
one
one
success.
Oh.
He's got 1
That's-
success.
Oh, I was looking at the one before, so and I was thinking it was with these.
Wow!
I have a 3/4 chance on all these rolls.
Wow!
Okay, so what do I need? What do I need?
This is painful. Oh my
Buy
need
3
2 successes.
Buy 2.
We
buy
need 2
dice.
successes.
You need 2 successes. I mean, you have your focus, so technically speaking, you'd have to roll just very little. Or you could buy at least 1 dice with a...
I'm gonna buy 1.
Okay.
Okay, we're down to
One.
3.
Okay. So that I'm rolling 2 dice. What's the complication range? Still 2?
Complication range is actually down to 1 on this one, I will say.
Okay.
For you, at least.
Butts. Okay. I don't even want to click this button.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous.
Oh my.
We didn't succeed, but we didn't get a complication.
No, we didn't succeed because
Wait, didn't you use your focus?
it was a difficulty 3. We have failed it again.
She did use her focus, but she did not roll enough to get her focus bonus.
god.
Yeah, you have to roll really low.
With the
I
complication.
like it noted. Both of us have 15 or lower. We both have
Yeah.
3/4 chance on every dice, and
This is just like shoot us in the foot. Bang, bang, bang. By the way, did that healing remove our stress?
No. It just
Okay.
made it that you didn't have any problems with your hands, basically, I said.
Okay.
no injuries.
Oh no, we do still have problems with our hands, obviously.
You it's basically your full recovery can occur when you can take some time to rest in place of a scene. Anyway, no, the battery the power cell does not seem to hook up correctly, and there seems to be a little surge into the power
You
cell.
bent the pen. Why did you bend the pen?
I'm gonna say you instead of
Tantus,
increasing
that
the
thing we talked
difficulty-
about last night that I don't remember what it was called. The success at a cost.
If you want to purchase some success at a cost, sure, let's use that. That
Just so
sounds
we
nice.
can actually move things along. 'Cause
Oh,
this
yeah.
is ridiculous.
This is murdering us.
I don't know how it's murdering you. It's hilarious that's murdering
No,
you.
It's statistically improbable.
These dice
You
are
guys are
multiple
very
percent.
good with engineering theory, just not practice.
No, I
Look,
think it's
I'm
more
good at
that
pushing
they're
buttons.
arguing with each other and messing up because of that.
Sabine thinks that a good counseling session with the 2 of them would fix a lot of the problems.
We're not married. We don't need counseling.
Not that kind of counseling.
Application phasers would assist this greatly. How much momentum do we need to spend to purchase success
We have
to
3,
cost?
right?
The task has been technically success. Momentum cannot be spent to improve the outcome of the task that has been succeeded. Momentum can only be spent to a task that is successful. Oh boy. Okay.
How hard is it to get these logs?
Much more
It's
difficult than you
impossible.
wanted
Did you
to.
not know that?
So the ship will spark to semblance of life. The damaged consoles in the front will kind of pop in. There's some cracks and stuff in them, but you can see where you can. Mess
How much
around with
momentum?
Sabine. Still the 3. Still the 3.
Oh, okay. I thought we had to spend momentum.
Yeah,
to
I
get
thought we had to spend
success.
some.
No, you got success at a cost, which just means basically you added effectively like a complication, and that with the complication you had from this last check means I've got 2 complications, which I've figured out
Are
kind
coming.
of what they are. It looks as though like your attempts to hook up the power cell weren't as successful as you wanted. It is hooked up, power's going through, but it looks like you don't have a lot of time.
Get those logs.
It looks as though I'm going to say before we'll kind of split to everybody else. Sabine, it looks as though the system's a little scrambled.
What mess did you
Saw
leave?
that coming.
Now, we switch back to the other group who's been traveling through the mountainous terrain that's in this area. Now, granted, you aren't like at the full tops of the mountains. You're sort of like at almost called like upper valley sections of these mountains, where it's kind of like above, like in a mountainous region. Kind of traveling it's a little difficult. I would like each of you to give me a fitness security check of those of you traveling through here, please.
Normal complication?
Yep, and normal difficulty of difficulty 1. Okay.
Okay.
Whew.
Boy, Worm, do you want to take the complication?
I will say, just out of this does remind me of the time where I participated in this human camping experience called Boy Scouts. It was very interesting. Reminds me of my time then.
Thread complication, what do you want?
What, Threader? I'm gonna take the complication.
All right. So you're gonna go along too, but you're gonna slip up at one point in time, and you will effectively sprain your ankle, meaning that you cannot move as quickly. You will just be limited in your movement. It's not going to be a serious strain. You can still walk on it, but that means that if there's ever a need for quick movement, well, that'll be a little more difficult to muster.
Slip, fall.
Yeah.
This also reminds me of my time at the Boy Scouts.
Watch your step.
It's happened to me.
Anyway, you're going to kind of like move and kind of like come out to a more open area where you're going to see not a cave, but some kind of structure. It is a number of almost concentric spires, so like circular spires, with a kind of central one that almost kind of rises up, almost cone-shaped, perfectly circular, but it kind of like comes over to like a kind of hump on top rather than a point. And it's got a number of smaller structures around it.
A hump, you say?
So it's like a big like cone, but it's not like
Yeah.
pointed at top, it's kind of smooth at the top.
My lovely lady.
Should we like scan this, boys?
Yes.
Okay.
Good idea.
We all scan?
Sure.
Well, I think
If you all want to use your tricorders, you could totally do that. I mean, you would you find anything different? Probably not.
Maybe one of us is
Different.
better at holding the tricorder button than others, you know?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
let's
not
go
just
with
like
that.
a button. I think there's like you do a couple things.
It's like a little like device you
Um,
open up in a panel that you're like clicking on and like watching the display kind of thing. I'm like, okay.
Alright, I'll
what's the
scan
roll?
it. What do we roll?
Reason engineering, we'll say, to scan this thing. Well, actually, no. For an ancient structure, we'll say, reason. It's not, structures. Oh god, that's actually a more difficult one. If it would be.
science.
Reason
Science,
science.
probably?
Reason science,
Okay.
yes.
Can I get my anthropology focus?
Sure!
Can I
Anthropology is ancient civilization, by the way. We're
can
just
I
civilization
assist
in general.
by basically helping him interpret the readings through rational thought?
I mean, you can't really assist someone using a tricorder unless you're like, it's really awkward to be like over their shoulder kind of thing. Okay.
You're not like holding it like this. You're holding it out when you're doing readings.
Well, I mean, I guess if you wanted to have him like if you want to take a second look at it after he scans it, let's see what he scans first. Let's see what he scans first,
Okay.
and if he needs a second look on the readings, you can do that.
Okay.
Do I scan too? Or
Sure. I thought you were.
Oh, yeah.
This is insane.
Well done.
Okay, both of you kind of pick up on the basic basic information of that structure. It does seem to have a hollow area inside of it. You are picking up some tachyon signatures from inside. You're getting some interference through the stone walls because it seems to be there seems unusual makeup to the stone itself that seems to be providing some interference. So you're not getting a clear signal.
You guys want to get like real close to this thing and like, you know, get a hands-on experience with it? Even though it's got that tachyon stuff.
I don't think there's much more we can do besides get closer.
Is there just one entrance into like
You do not
How is it-
see an entrance at all.
Okay. So we could just get closer. There's not.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You kind of get close up to it. You can kind of tell that, like, it's got, like, a more open base, almost. Like, it kind of rises out of the flat rock before going up into that cone structure. So it's almost got, like, a, if it would be, like, an actual building, maybe it's, like, a first floor, and, like, maybe it's, like, a tower inside, like, the cone. But it's kind of hard to tell if this is an unusual structure. You don't even know if it's natural or unnatural. You just know there's a hollow section inside at this point in time, and a tachyon signature.
Are there any sort of like glyphs or like hieroglyphs or anything that could be?
Yeah, any markings at all?
You could take a look
Right
around
around.
for one of them if you
Well,
want.
while they're scanning, I'll do that.
Okay. Okay, they're scanning. Then why don't you roll me?
Well, I'm probably looking. Like after the preliminary scan, I'm probably not looking. As we get closer, I'm doing more of that.
Oh,
My character
okay.
actually has a vested interest in anthropology.
Okay,
okay.
I guess your Ensign V is like still on the tricorder, and the two of you are taking a look around. It would be insight science. Study this thing a little bit more. Okay. Both of you will take a good look around, and you will find some strange markings. They're kind of hidden a little bit towards one of the sides, kind of like roughed out. It seems like they're very old markings. You're not sure. They seem to be kind of more pictographic, whatever they are.
Okay. You mentioned something about the ship being able to scan something?
The ship was able to scan for the tachyons, but it's got some things. It's got some interference from the atmosphere, from the radiation.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm going to use the tricorder to take. Can't you take pictures of the tricorder, right?
You can kind of
Can you
like,
do that?
yeah, you take like scans
Yeah.
of things, yeah.
Well, yeah, because I just want to take pictures or scans of these symbols
Mm-hmm.
and send them up to see if what's
Commander.
What's his name again?
Commander
Commander.
Brought.
Commander Rock, I have some things that I would like you to analyze, see if they match any known database.
All right, send them up. Transmit. Okay, so he'll take a look, try to compare some things. I'm gonna roll some stuff for him. Let's see how he does, just from a basic thing. What do you roll? Okay. It doesn't look like anything, any direct language for pictographs here. It seems very story-driven for the analysis. It doesn't seem to match even the Acolyte people from information that we have on them and their culture. I'm getting a bit of information. It seems to mark something to... It almost looks like maybe a moon or something, but I don't think Acolyte 5 has had a moon. Unless it used to have one before it was discovered by the Federation.
Okay, so it is part of the Acolyte pictographics?
No, it doesn't match to the Acolyte people and their languages at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It seems completely different from anything
Strange.
that they do. Granted, it is another planet from them, and they theoretically have never left their planet, but... Yeah.
Yes, but also this planet is 1,000 years in the 1,000 years from the future, which is potentially in a range where they could achieve warfare.
Well, is the planet 1,000 years from the future, or is the ship 1,000
Ship
years?
1,000 years in the past.
I'm trying to figure that out. That's why I'm doing these sorts of analysis.
There seems to be something unusual about the circular, almost moon-shaped marking.
Does it open a Stargate?
I don't know. You should
Can we
investigate it
touch it?
closer.
Yeah.
Can I touch the moon marking?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Okay. As
I was going to ask, do these look like buttons?
As you poke it,
I like it.
you'll see this kind of almost strange glow in a door shape around the one wall, as it then will kind of like just disappear.
Slaw will be disappointed she wasn't here.
So it glows when I hit the moon?
Well, you pushed it, like, there was like an outline of a door that glowed, and then the area where there would be a door just disappears, revealing an open area into the thing. So you basically did open it up.
Oh.
It's just like a door didn't open. Part of the wall glowed a little bit and then disappeared.
Ooh.
And this is into the dome or a cone?
This is into the dome base.
Okay.
Well, the cone is on top of it, literally.
Oh, I'm
so,
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going on the dome, you
So
know?
it's like got the dome on the
Well,
bottom,
nursery.
and then like the main
Got
cone
it.
and smaller cones coming off of that, kind of at the edges.
Yeah, but I'm just like working on two theories right now. Either this entire planet, like something crashed on this planet, and then somehow the entire planet got shoved a thousand years into the past, or the planet itself caused like the time interference from the ship. Something that happened to the ship caused the planet to accelerate in time, becoming an L class from a K class or whatever it was. So it's like I'm just kind of was trying to figure out which one.
I'm going to move to the doorway,
Okay.
I want to join you.
and I'm going to do some scans.
Okay.
What do you want?
Just let's say insight science for
Okay.
some general scans in the area.
Can I walk into the doorway?
I mean,
I'm gonna pull out my.
it seems open, though dangerous.
I'm going to like put my arm and go, let's be safe here. We don't want to enter into a thing that we don't understand yet.
Am I allowed to ignore that?
Just,
You could, but I mean, like, they are giving you the suggestion of maybe you shouldn't like just dive head into danger. Then again, he knows nothing about it, so maybe diving head face into danger is a good idea.
I'll do the smart thing and tap my foot impatiently.
Uh-huh. Your tricorder's not getting any good scans. It seems like
Yes.
whatever material is this, like stone, seems to be providing some kind of interference. Even with the open area here, the stone itself seems to be still causing interference.
I'm not picking anything up.
I'm gonna pull out my tricorder and scan the stone.
Okay. Give me reason science, we'll say, for this one. If you had geology, I totally would allow you to get that. Okay, nice.
What was the difficulty?
Oh God. I should really. I have to get
gotta-
used
you
to
gotta
saying
keep
the
telling
difficulty.
us that.
Yes, sorry. I'll keep it as having been one, just because I didn't say anything.
Okay, so we gained one.
You gained one. There seems to be some kind of strange crystalline structure that seems to be throughout the stone walls, and you're not getting a good scan on whatever the crystalline fragments are. It's just this structure, so it's like the structure and the makeup of the wall, so it's not like it's an individual, like, oh, there's a crystal in the middle of the wall. But whatever this crystal is as part of the makeup of the stone here, it seems to be what's causing the interference. It also does seem to be putting out a low level of some kind of radiation. It might be related to the radiation in the atmosphere, but it's at very low levels, and with the interference, it's kind of hard to get a full scan of it.
The walls themselves seem to have some form of crystalline structure, which is causing the interference. We're not going to get any good readings.
Now, maybe it is best to enter, but let's be cautious.
I live for danger.
That seems accurate. That really should have been one of your values, is I live for danger.
I should have put that.
Mm-hmm. Alright, you'll kind of travel into this stone tunnel, which will go in for about 50 feet before opening up into a larger chamber. As V, you have your flashlight that you've gotten out of the engineering kit. It's like a wrist-mounted flashlight, so you can kind of hold up your hand and look it around, so you don't have to hold your head.
Ooh,
So that way
that's
you could
cool, actually.
you could also put something in your hand then if you needed to, with the light on the kind of still pointing out if you needed. So that's kind of.
I'm also pulling out my
Ooh.
phaser.
You open up to a larger chamber that seems to not connect to any other chamber, but it's not big enough to fill anything necessarily, too. So it's very strange. It does go vaulting up into the air, so as if it goes up into the cone-shaped structure on the top of this dome. So it almost kind of like it does a little bit of mimicking what the outside is. So it kind of domes up a little bit and then points up. There's all kinds of extensive drawings of all like paintings of like all kinds of strange figures that seem to cover the walls. They seem to centralize in a strange patterns and things.
So the figures are like just weird, like abstract art, or like.
Someone could roll me some.
I want to see if there's a pattern. Can I use rational thought?
You could. Reason, science, rational thought. If you want to see the patterns. If you were to try to like tell what the patterns of the pictures are.
I picked anthropology as a joke, but it's funny that it's actually coming up somehow.
It's actually coming up. Yeah.
How about what's your scores? Because one of us should assist the other. I think.
I had plans for this before you did your anthropology too. So when you said that, I'm like, well, that sounds like a really good plan for you today. I'm like, well,
what's your reason in science?
My reason in science is 14.
Okay, I will assist you.
Okay.
So he's going to come out through an anthropology.
you both would have your focus because you have anthropology, you have rational thought as you try to analyze the things here. I'm going to say for analyzing these things fully, using difficulty 2. Well, you got 3 successes there. Joe, you could still roll, see what you get.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, and yes.
Okay.
So we got 4.
Yep.
So we get 2 momentum.
You do. Well, you could also... The thing is, momentum, you could instantly spend it rather than try to save it, too, if you wanted to get, like, maybe extra information or things like that.
Do you want to do that?
We already have 4 successes.
Yeah, but it gets us extra information. No,
like,
instead of banking the momentum, using it to get extra information.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get as much info as we can.
Okay. You kind of take some time, both of you, to kind of, like, take a look over and analyze this thing. It becomes kind of clear to you, Groznik, that these seems to be depictions of gods of some kind. Maybe a pantheon of gods that seem to be related to this here. It seems as though it's telling some kind of story of a number of figures that seem to be challenging the gods, it almost looks like. And possibly sealing them away. Strange figures that seem to be wielding blades against them. Blades of magic, maybe. Or like something supernatural, it looks like in the images. And there does seem to be a depiction that almost focuses on the opposite end of where you entered, of a kind of area of the wall where it looks like to be almost a pattern of a moon, like a hollow, with a god figure in the center of it. That seems to be the only god that is not being challenged. Almost like maybe a pantheon of religions was reduced to one. Are you doing anything in the meantime, Ensign V?
I guess I'm just kind of admiring the art.
Okay. Why don't you give me an insight, security, please.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. You kick something as you're kind of walking around looking at the art yourself. And on closer inspections, you notice that there are strange broken crystals all over the floor here.
Ooh. Can I keep some of them?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, you can pick them up.
Can I examine the rest?
You could like, if you wanted to, you could pocket one and like examine the rest. Do you want to like just take a visual inspection? Do you want to try to use your tricorder?
I'll do the. I'll use a tricorder.
You're gonna be like, ha! I'm gonna use my tools at hand. Please roll me
He's
a
learning.
science reason.
Science reason.
I'll say this one is difficulty 3 to analyze this thing.
How much momentum we got?
You have, I think, full momentum right now.
No, we spent.
Oh, you spent some. That's right. You 4.
We used some initial to get extra information,
Yeah,
so we have
4.
4.
Yeah.
We have how much? 4?
4.
Oh, okay.
Should I
I
use
could tell
like?
you're saying full or 4.
Now you could also
Actually,
give me
4.
threat for it too.
How much threat do I give you?
It's
No.
2 threat per. For the first die, 3,
Mhm.
or then it would be an additional 3 for the second. I think we'd rather do momentum.
Just 1 then 2.
See, I kind of want to go chaos here. All right, I'll use momentum.
Okay.
How many dice are you buying?
Okay, hold on. How about this? I want to do 1 momentum and a threat,
You could
so I
do that.
could get this guaranteed 3, hopefully.
You could do that and buy 3 by giving me by spending one of the momentum. and-
Well, he'll have a total of 4 dice then.
Yes, you'd have a total of 4
down.
dice. Yes.
Yeah, let's do that. I do 4 for task roll.
Yes, 4 for task roll.
Let's do it.
Please roll.
Are
for that.
you kidding me?
Well, okay.
Welcome to our world.
Know my pain.
Holy.
And
Well, at least no complication.
I
Yeah,
am
yeah.
purchasing a complication for you.
Aha.
Yes.
Okay.
I love
Yes.
conflict. I like conflict.
Okay.
What can I say? It's fun.
So,
Yes.
It is. I agree.
Yeah. It is why we play.
you're trying to take scans of this strange crystal with your tricorder, and you're getting this weird interference signal almost that your tricorder seems to be picking up on. You're not sure what, but it's like the signals on it are like both like just changing rapidly back and forth, as if something's wrong with your tricorder. But like then when you like, it seems like at certain times it almost returns to normal. So you're not sure if it's like broken or what. But it's like every time you're like trying to take scans, like of the crystal, it just changes.
Guys, I don't want to alarm you, but I think we got an elder god on our hands. Just saying.
Wrong system.
That's Call of Cthulhu, thank you. And yes, you would.
You're jumping straight to 11.
I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't pocket this thing.
Do it. Nothing bad.
Yeah,
ever
you're right. Let's do it. Did you say nothing bad ever happens?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna pocket every single crystal.
There's
that
a
I
lot
see.
of them. You're like gathering them up.
Yeah.
After the other two of you are done analyzing, you'll notice that Ensign V is like picking up some stuff.
What did you find?
And it just has pockets full of rocks.
He
I
does have.
have the
There's no
most
pockets
lovely
though in the
crystals.
uniforms.
There's not pockets on the uniform, so you just have
But
to
not
get
even in the pants?
No, it's got like little hook things. It's if you look at the uniforms, they are very like skin tight. except for, like,
Streamlined.
They
This
like
is the future. How do we not have like cargo pants with like super pockets?
that's if you were civilian. You have
Pockets
a
of
military uniforms. You have like little hooks for your tricorder and your phaser basically on your pants.
All right, I like shovel them together with like both my arms crossed, like I'm holding a baby. However many there are here.
What
Uh,
did you
these crystals?
He's got
What was that?
he's got like a dozen weird crystal fragments.
I'm asking him. What did you find?
I found these strange crystals that my tricorder just seems to be freaking out over when I try to scan them, but they look cool.
And you think it's good to hug them?
I wouldn't say
Well,
hugging. I would say cradling.
Well,
Caressing.
The same substance that's in the rock, or that's in the walls. Perhaps their interference is because they cause interference.
I think they are indeed related. Maybe we can put these together with the power of space glue and possibly open up another portal.
That's so weird, but possibly correct. Uh-oh. Wait, everybody, wait a second. I lost audio a little bit on my end because of some kind of audio glitch. Yay! Let me see how things are working. I just have to reset you guys then. Give me a second here.
Let's.
There it goes.
Is it-
Holographic disruptor.
I'm sorry. I got it back working again.
Okay.
I'd say there's a
Crystal's got-
parasurge and
yeah.
the Avidine impulse propulsion.
I'm just looking at the ceiling. Does it look like something might have off
Of the
and
ceiling?
shattered? Yeah.
No, you don't see a place where it would have come from up there.
What harm can there be in pocketing these crystals, my dudes?
Well,
We don't
I
know.
will say
Go ahead.
the threat is non-zero.
We don't know what they are. They could pose some kind of threat.
But they haven't been. But these same crystals were the ones that got us into this place. So
No,
haven't caused any harm.
You actually don't know that for
a
sure.
picture,
No.
a picture that you touched on a rock got us in here.
Yeah.
Not a crystal.
I'm just saying they haven't killed us yet. So what harm can there be?
Yet. Is the
If they were irradiated, they probably would have given me tumors in my hands. Just saying.
You don't know that would, you've got radiation protection, and that wouldn't be instantaneous.
Good point.
Like all of a sudden, like you look up your hands. Oh, the tumors.
Oh, the tumors are back.
Why don't we put these down and see if they fit together to make something?
Should we do that on the ship? Or here?
It might be linked to this plate. Might do, and not.
So do we have space glue on us right now to like piece these together?
Well, we can sit them on the floor and make a puzzle, basically.
Oh
There's
my,
probably,
this
like-
man is a genius. Let's
There's
do
probably
that.
at least some kind of like equivalent of engineering tape or something in the
Duct tape.
engineering kit.
Okay, let's whip that out then and piece this together.
I have no idea what it would be in like technically speaking, because there's a lot of weird device. So you have techno tape or something. I don't know what the hell.
Okay.
Anyway, please someone roll me God. Oh shoot. Oh, that's empty.
Well, we're trying to figure out a puzzle.
Yes. Sorry. Control. Fudge. Science.
I'm very passionate
Control
about
engineering,
these
we'll say,
crystals.
rebuilding a crystal. Control engineering, because you're trying to like pattern it. We'll say engineering seems more patterny.
Who's the best patterner here?
Well, mine would with those attribute discipline. Mine would only be 11.
I would
Okay.
be 14.
Okay, I think I know who's doing it.
Could I assist him though,
Sure.
using rational thought and command
sure.
instead of control, because I'm giving
Oh,
or
so
command
you
instead of
do you want to use
science.
You want to use your reason command and like kind of give him suggestions on it?
yeah.
Would I be able to use my reverse engineering focus?
Probably not, because I think this is not
That's
like
fair.
taking it apart, putting it back together again. It's,
Yeah, you don't know what
it's
it was
apart.
to begin with.
It's just
No,
a part.
that's totally fair.
What's the
I was
difficulty?
grasping.
To repair this thing, we'll say difficulty 2 to put it back together.
My good Sir Grosnick, I leave this crystal in your hands.
Do we want to spend a momentum? We have 3 just to.
Nah.
I'll do one.
Give him threat.
No.
Yeah. So if
Okay,
you guys
so
help
we're
me,
down to
hopefully we
2.
can get that extra one.
Okay. Is it for my roll to assist to give you for me an extra die, or you want to roll 3? Up to you.
You rolled the 3.
Well, I rolled.
Oh, okay. You already
roll
rolled that.
you roll your assist, because you already said.
I
you were
was
assisting.
talking and then
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your assist. Okay.
Woo.
Why did you roll 2 dice?
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I forgot to change the
Yeah.
number.
All right. It ends up being the same. Hey.
So we regained 2 momentum.
Yeah, we can't go too much momentum. But, you know what? I'm going to continue to plague... I won't do it right now because it's, worm. Damn it. I was going to plague you with some complications, but not right now. Because you're working as a team. Bastards.
What?
Okay.
Because my perk. Where
Wait,
if
what's
I
that
get a remove a
I could have also used my team dynamics as a focus.
And what's that untapped potential thingy?
That is if you earn some momentum on a check, you can roll a... Please roll me a challenge dice. Yes.
Yeah.
Does he have to, or does he get the choice to?
Did it not roll for anyone else?
Do it again. It did not roll. It does that
No.
sometimes with challenge dice, because the challenge dice are weird.
There we go.
You got a 1. Hey, you got
one momentum.
a bonus
Okay,
momentum.
we're up to 5.
No, I was hoping that you'd give me some stuff.
I thought we were up to 6.
Okay.
Yeah, we were because we spent 1, then gained 3.
Okay, so you kind
We
of
went down to 2, and then went up to 5.
attach it together, but you put together this, like... It does seem to all fit together into one piece.
Uh-oh.
It seems about, like, whatever this is, it was, like, maybe the size of a fist originally, this crystal. So you kind of put them all together. But you then notice that there are a number of pieces that aren't part of the original crystal. And you kind of put those together, and they seem to be a lot smaller, and something about, like, this big. And almost kind of, like, cylindrical. So, a much smaller crystal. So it seems to be part of 2 different crystals that you will identify.
Mm-hmm.
They do seem to be the same material, but originally were 2 and then broken into, like, a dozen pieces.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything that maybe they get inserted into.
Sure.
And I think we also lost, or maybe not.
Nope.
Okay, my Discord's just looking weird then. Okay, so what do you want me to roll for?
Give me an insight security. Sure. Sometimes these disciplines are very hard for me to figure out what you're doing. On a ship, this would be so much easier. But when you're, like, exploring in ancient ruins, it's like, what the frick am I going to give for this? Difficulty... we'll just say 1. We'll stick with 1.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Just looking at... Where is... Would my rational thought...
Probably not.
Trying to think of where the area might be.
No.
Okay. Worth a shot.
I know. It's worth a shot.
We tried.
It's always worth a shot.
No focus. I got it.
Okay, yeah, you do. You kind of, like, look around through the other various objects that are in this room. There's some, like, dust, some broken pottery, things like that, nothing that kind of stands out as, like, hey, this is the anthropological find. But then you find a strange, like, metal housing. And, like, for a second you're like, oh, it looks as though it might have held the smaller crystal at one time. It looks to be a piece of some kind of bigger item.
Okay, does anyone object of putting this in?
Go crazy.
It looks like whatever this is missing a power cell of some kind.
There is
But-
some risk,
Well, we
but I
have-
don't. But nothing here seems to be inherently dangerous, so I say go ahead.
You said missing a power cell, right?
It does not have any energy, it looks like. It looks like
we don't know if the crystals might produce energy.
No.
That's fair. I
Maybe
was gonna
that's
say
why
we
the
have the ship as a-
tricorders.
It-
Maybe that's why the tricorders go bizarre with it.
Maybe. Well, we
Well,
do
we
always
can-
have a power
well-
cell on the ship as a backup in case the crystal doesn't work. Assuming it's, it needs that kind of energy.
Well, I mean, like,
Nope.
not like a big power cell you'd use for a ship, like the kind of power cell you'd
okay.
put in, like, a tricorder
Like a
or
AA
a
battery?
Federation. Or a phaser. yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
Double
first
A's.
I'll
You're putting the crystal in?
stick it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It fits in pretty nicely. Nothing seems to be happening.
Is there a place for the orb?
We haven't found one.
Don't do it.
Are either of you good with engineering?
No, I am a people person.
I have some expertise in it, yes.
We might be able to use one of our power cells from either one of our tricorders or phaser.
Very well. Let me see what I can do.
All right. This will be difficulty, let's say, 3 to hook this one up here.
I'm gonna use 3 momentum. And what is it? What's the roll? Engineering?
Engineering, probably just reason. Reason sounds good for this one.
Can I assist with maybe Starfleet protocols or?
Would I be able to get reverse engineering for this?
Sure, because you did have to. It's like you're like replacing the phaser parts. We'll say yeah, sure. I'll give it to you that for focus. I don't think this one's a very easy one to assist on. I'm gonna say too, because he's kind of like playing around with like a handheld object and a handheld object, right, like that. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll give the. Let's see.
I could be instructing him, like maybe command and insight.
Command. Engineering.
I'll take the failure. Okay.
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 Wait, no. Engineering is another
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Command.
So I could do
Presence
engineering.
Presence engineering.
Okay. That's fine. I'll do that. With team dynamics.
Um,
Focus.
I don't know if like right now because it's like you're just giving suggestions rather than working as a team.
Okay. Well, that is kind of working as a team, but okay.
It's a little different.
Let's see. Well, I got the success and the
Our
complication.
Our teamwork stuff, though.
Yes.
Oh wait, I rolled 2 though. I shouldn't have rolled 2.
You want to just take a momentum and just say you roll 2?
Yeah, well, no, we don't have enough momentum for.
You do. You have 2
Oh,
left.
yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do that, and we got a complication.
But because we're working together, I remove
Oh,
this complication.
But guess what?
you get.
I was waiting for this. I'm gonna spend 2 threat to add a complication.
Or I could just use 2 threat to get rid of a complication. Well,
No, that doesn't. I don't think that
No.
works when he's using threat to buy 1.
no.
Oh, I'm adding a complication. Finally, my dreams are true.
You had a lot of complication in the other one.
Yeah, that's why you guys need some.
Yeah, it was wonderful in the other one.
We've got both. Well, we got
Yeah.
2 people who both have like complication reducing powers. So.
Yeah, you couldn't share them? What the heck?
All right, you managed to hook it up as like, just. It seems as though because you've just kind of like cobbled the crystal together, it's not working maybe quite as intended, as there's just these like random blasts of energy that kind of come out the other end from where you put the power cell, blasting off in random directions, burning into the like stone, and then like the crystal itself like blasts out with a burst of energy. Would both of you please let me roll some stuff here, 'cause some things are happening and it's unpleasant to you.
Makes me glad I didn't touch the thing.
Let me just roll that. Ooh, you will both take 4 stress.
But
As you kind of like,
zero,
you kind of like duck out of the way as like this blast of energy. Effectively, that's like you're taking stress. It's like you're managing to duck out of the way as a blast of energy kind of goes off in all directions as you kind of drop the thing, and the crystal in it kind of pops back into its pieces. Like your repair job was not good enough to last, we'll say, kind of thing, because you just kind of pieced it together rather than like fully sealed it. Uh-oh.
Looking for my end.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I'm getting some interference. I'm going to switch us to U.S. South. See if that does something for us.
That's better.
Whoa.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, everything you were saying, something, and all of a sudden it was just.
Yep.
Yeah.
But why don't we take our... Why don't we just figure out what we're doing? Do we want to go on like another hour? Because I can, you guys. We can see where we can resolve things at.
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with another hour.
Same.
I have like a thing that I have to wake up for early.
Well, if we want to stop here, it was originally going to be a one-shot, but apparently with the... getting used to Star Trek took a little longer, so we could always do an extra thing assembled at a point in time. So why don't we do this as a to-be-continued episode, as this thing blasts apart, as they kind of fall back, and the camera fades away, not knowing the fate of both Ensign Grosnick and Ensign Grushuth. Are they alive? Are they dead? Will Ensign V be left alone in this strange ruins with the blasting crystal thing?
There's no
You wouldn't last like 5 feet.
He would be like,
Jeez.
Will the engineers be able to unscramble the data in time?
Nope.
And so he attempts to talk to the crystal to try and get it to open up about his feelings.
oh my god. So,
V will make a necklace out of the crystals.
thanks for joining us today. We might come back to this at some point soon for finishing up this thing, because it ended up becoming that we'll need to split it up. I don't know if it'll be a full 3 hours when we continue it. We'll have to see. I felt like an hour, maybe 2 to finish up, depending on how well you guys went, or how the storyline went. So
Or how many complications?
The complications, which I enjoy, also make things worse for you guys. We'll put it that way.
It makes it very tricky to get things done in time.
Especially when you get lots of them.
You know.
I'm pretty
You get,
sure.
like 4 of them in like a short period of time.
I'm pretty sure the dice legitimately hate me and Rachel.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like,
that
oh, here's a
was-
success and 2 complications.
Oh my
To
god.
be honest, I'm really happy that I'm not getting a bunch of complications, because normally the dice hate me. So
No, the dice have just been meh about you.
I've actually gotten really good rolls. I'm pretty.
Uh-oh. Shoot.
Yeah. My
So, alright, why don't we go around and everybody give a shout out to who you are, where to find you, that kind of thing, and all that stuff. We'll end for today. As I said, I will try to arrange for another couple hours at least. We'll put a 3-hour block just in case the complications really screw things up. Like, we'll just carve that out. But if we end early, we end early. You know, we could only do 3 hours today. You know, if we had been able to get that 4th hour, we could have maybe finished. As I said, surprisingly, though there's a lot to the mystery, you guys are in very good positions to start learning things. You basically did a lot of that setup for getting, like, oh, the reveal of it, and then you just have to resolve the problem kind of thing, you know? So, you already took a lot of steps towards it.
Well, we're also getting the hang of the system more.
Yes, which helps a lot.
Helps.
It's also, like, for me, trying to be like, what the hell attribute and, like, discipline am I using for this frickin' thing? Some of them are just like, I have no idea what the hell would be appropriate.
Purple.
Yeah,
Roll some
better.
purple.
Yeah, I mean, you also got to remember that it's discipline, so it's kind of like in a security discipline that'll focus on combat and fighting. And
That's why I always
activity.
feel like that one's good with, like, situational awareness is like security. That's what, like, my brain is putting it to, you know? Anyway. Hey,
Medicine could be things like it's poisonous and
let's go reverse order of how we did introductions. So we'll start with Umber.
Hi, I'm Tantus. You can find me at twitch.tv/the Dracovin Empire. I stream pretty much every day of the week, so drop a follow to my channel and have a great day.
Because I don't know when I'm gonna be streaming again. I'll be honest.
Oh, I missed your stream.
Life is hell right now.
Oh.
Worm.
Okay, I was there for a while. I'm Diamond Worm. You can find me on twitch.tv/DiamondWorm. I have just started streaming again.
Yes.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
And I'll be streaming Mondays and Fridays on my channel at about 5.
Yep.
And
5 what
yeah.
time zone?
Sorry, 5 p.m. Pacific time.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry, I forgot that part.
Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm just Lee's brother-in-law.
I don't know about that.
Don't question it.
No question.
Just let it happen.
The story's unfolding. I'm just gonna. I think that's where we're gonna end it there. Move on to Rachel.
I'm Rachael, also known as Jade Vala on pretty much everything. Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Etsy, yada yada yada, whatever. So yeah, you can find me on here when we're doing things like this. Sometimes on talking. No, what's the other one we've been playing? Tabletop Sunday things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever that's called. You're calling it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't have a set schedule. I'm just on my channel whenever.
Yep. Joe.
I'm Joe. You'll find me here.
That's that.
I'm here on Saturdays, Saturdays we normally do discussing tabletop. Sundays for playing on tabletop, and I'm also here on Thursdays for our D&D stream.
Yep. And Lee.
Hey guys, I'm just Lee Belmont, your noble vampire hunter. I stream from 1 to 7 p.m. East Coast. I do a lot of platformers, a lot of horror games, fighting games, and I do a lot of speedruns too. Every Monday I take the day to learn a new game to speedrun that I've only done like casual playthrough of before. No idea what I'm running for this Monday, but yeah, if you guys are interested, casual, hardcore, even creative stuff with writing, yeah, check me out on Twitch.
Cool. And as usual, I am Ted Schneider. You can find me here pretty much daily, as Umber said. Yeah, well, I mean, tomorrow's at least tabletop, probably something in the morning, probably, and then I'll be back to a slightly more normal schedule on Monday, and the tabletop stuff. Joe got through the most of it. The only extra one is Legacies of Kain, which I will let people know what's going on with that one, because we might not be playing it this week, and B, might have a break for a while just for some things that are going on the background for fixing that for that stream. But we're at a good transition point anyway in the story, so if we fix things, whatever, we'll figure it out. Yep. And for this, stay tuned to, my Discord or Twitter for an announcement probably relatively soon where I can figure out, throwing some people together to finish this up. Yep. Soon. I'm not sure when soon is, but we'll let you know. So, it did take a little longer than I expected to get into the things. I'm just saying. It was like, you got to the planet at the end of the first hour. I thought that would have been like 20 minutes, but that's fine. We had some establishment, and then getting a hold of the system, and it's good. It's good. For something that I put together in the span of a week, which, putting together a one-shot with a whole group of people, and it's new to, a system that's new to everybody in a week is pretty impressive. So,
You're impressive.
Thank you. Anyway, goodbye, folks.
Goodbye!
Take care.
Bye.
Oh boy. Bye-bye now.